broadcasting for viewers in the Gambia and around the world. This is GRTS News at 2000 hours in our top stories. Officials and their partners in the public sector domain validate a report of an integrated financial management system. The Minister of Youth and Sports lays the foundation stone for the construction of a ministerium in the Combo settlement of Kafuta in the West Coast region. President Trump faces a massive vote recount billed as his on a flurry of executive actions, announcing last-minute troop withdrawals in Afghanistan and Iraq, as well as new sanctions on Iran and China. Well, these and much more coming ahead. Well, it's good to have you here with us. We begin this bulletin with global celebrations. Women and Children's Welfare, Fatu Kinte, has delivered a televised statement in observance of the day. Let's take a listen.
From 1954, when the General Assembly adopted both the Declaration and the Convention of the Rights of the Child and the right to life.
Continue on the home front.
World Children's Day is being celebrated every November 20th. It was first celebrated in 1950 children worldwide. Since 1990, World Children's Day has promoted strong themes and platforms for the development and protection of children, with the day marking the anniversary.
On the 20th of November to commemorate the verified human rights instrument in the world. It provides for an opportunity to core challenge let's say highly developed, has a aggressive and very profound impact that the COVID-19 epidemic.
Home structures to reshape the lives of children. Active global efforts have brought about significant changes in the lives of children.
For the voices of all children, all voices are equally important. The problem that we have is that not all voices are being listened to. Talk about national averages and the national trends, but if you stay
in the day to address challenges that have affected children for centuries, intends to face extreme challenges to promote the rights of children and eradicate age with multiple problems such as child labor, child trafficking, child marriage, teenage pregnancy.
We have children being issues or challenges.
Efforts in supporting child welfare. That effort includes the launch of a helpline. Minister for Women and Children's Affairs.
Children's Day to the cause of child protection.
Children to uplift their voices and showcase their messages about the future they want. The World's Children's Day is moving to create space and certain efforts to provide.
Moving on, the Inter-Party Committee, with support from the United Nations and in Code of Conduct and General Elections. As we hear in this report by Famaraba.
This meeting today, Party Dialogue in the Gambia, under the banner of the Inter-Party Committee, bringing together the 16 political parties in the Gambia to review and rebuild consensus on the political parties' memorandum of association.
Code of ethics to facilitate dialogue. Code of conduct was professionally the conduct of leaders and members of political parties.
Serving as a dialogue forum among political parties.
Democratic consolidation, reducing inter-party elections. This and equipped and on knowledge lives, because the cycle of an electoral process.
Political parties, something according to the top man at the independent body.
The IC views all parties as equal, either as parties in all political parties or candidates.
To comprehensively review the draft bill. Build consensus on contentious issues.
To ensure that they will be a resounding.
It is hoped that at the end of the two-day gathering, orders
established in 2000 to promote the existing relations and promotions and goals of the two partners as part of the celebrations of the 20th anniversary of FOCAC.
Members of the forum every carry other on issues that relate to our Gambia compact. Such cooperation, for example, infrastructure framework, scale infrastructure projects, the project and the bridge bridges. The conference and the summit has
management domain, Friday gathered for a review and validation of the completed report of an integrated financial management system. The ceremony convened at the Sadauda Karaba Center and now moving on, the Minister of Information, Ibrahim Asila, Fatou Janembai has more in this report.
The country, the Honorable Minister for to hail the Gambia's democratization.
The Gambia's governance and democratic process, MCC scorecard for the fiscal year 2020. The MCC scorecard,
the Millennium Challenge Corporation report, 2% education completion rate.
The U.S. government focused on policy and institutional MCC to explore regional investment.
Said the ministry recently conducted a week-long training for more than a dozen tour guides at Jufre and Albreda sites. As part of the implementation of a tourism promotion, there is a COVID-19 relief fund for the arts and culture.
The National Center for Arts and Culture, 2 artistic associations have already of their executives to relief supply and support, which is the first of its kind in the Gambia.
At the Trade Ministry, restructuring is under labor. The restructuring is expected to promote the much-needed decentralization of services to enable the government to enhance
strategic priority areas as listed below. 2, effective mechanisms for enhanced, and 4, provision of efficient
to assess ongoing works, objective of the scheme funded by the European Union.
2018 is women and local communities financial service providers.
Minister Silla believed to the doorstep of its people. Reporting for GRTS News, I am Fatou Janembai.
Tourism facilities across the country. The aim is to assess state of ongoing works at historical tourist attractions.
Mr. Ahmad Ba began his nationwide tour of tourism facilities across the country. The goal here is to transform tourism sites across the country to modern ones.
We want to transform the heritage sites, which is preserved for posterity who promote domestic regional tourism. We believe that the North Bank
outlines plans on the way to rebuild more viable
and create a lot of jobs as we speak this region to work in this particular area. So of the historic sites, there was a government intervention.
Works at the DK Jawara Lodge at Barra travel far in promoting regional tourism and employment creation.
Performing so that they can also give feedback in all the divisional offices of all regions.
A raft of infrastructural development projects are underway in rural Gambia. Ominjai, GRTS.
Said to be on course. Education officials and their development partners on Friday. The details.
Center in Banjul. This formal the Ministerial of Basic and Secondary former Crab and Junior Secondary School to establish and operate.
For the MRC Holland Foundation, we are doing the maintenance of it. We have completed our job. We handed off, and also we will
be offering country. Any young person initiative does not only the issue by helping people develop capacity and making them productive.
The facility to provide technical education for students.
The Gambia recently convened a tutorial on the role and responsibilities of the tool that promotes ownership of.
That women and youth engage more in agriculture and yet land organized by the National Coordinating Organization for Farmer Association of the Gambia is in.
If we were wanting a guideline, access to land, looking at our different tenure opportunity. Because to be able to at least
youths, the governor of West Coast region,
the governor's office, and also the physical planning. Because critically, they are the people that engage directly, use and share it here, and in order to develop a good, this is where they interact, and they know history of land itself. So I mean, and then land.
Not only the Gambia is doing productive land. The goal is to promote food self-sufficiency
and young people on land.
Acquiring land is the primary activity in
Gambia, particularly in the West Coast region. We are losing a lot of farmlands for residential purposes. And land does not increase. land is always fixed. It is very, very important for us to put our heads together, ideas together, what we call land.
Prior to this exercise, youths.
Members, this included the women and the land. We were targeting this.
At the end of this exercise, guidelines
The mentioned story where officials of the Ministerial report of an Ibrahim Ajala has the details.
According to a completion report by as capacity building for staff of the account, citing immense commitment in
white for the Gambian people, we should ensure that and services and making money. And
the project director
if means there has been big and the accountant general's office. I would not definitely, want to throw him or her.
Ibrahim Ajala, GRTS News.
Friends, change your voice and spice up your calls with AfriCell Magic Voice Service 188 or simply dial *188#.
Always thirsty for more. A team of superpower that connects you to the world with the fastest 4G in the market for only AfriCell got offers with the power to change.
K. Baji on Friday laid the foundation $6.8 million and funded by this project and many of its kind, according to the Youth and Sports Minister, are in line with government. And with that, we come to the end of the news in our community to commemorate World Children's Day. Finance officials of Youth and Sports has laid the foundation stone for the construction of a mini stadium in the Combo settlement of Kafuta in the West Coast region. President Trump is facing a busy transition for Trump as he embarks on Iran and China. Well, that was all in this edition of GRTS News. Thanks for the Focused Office.
In a country always thirsty, make way for Jollyman and his unbeatable smartphone power, coming with 100 free minutes FM radio and 50 days of social media. AfriCell got offers with the power. Superheroes with special powers unite to redefine the market for only $2,000